Coca-Cola Company puts the spotlight on the band. Monday night, Richard Himber played. Tuesday answered Charlie Spivak's trumpet call. Wednesday was bright with Horace Heidt. And Thursday bounced with Bob Crosby's band. Last night twinkled with Tommy Tucker's stars. And tonight the spotlight swings up the Great White Way and follows the Saturday night crowds through Times Square to 39th Street in our Spotlight Theater to shine on tonight's Spotlight Champion of Champions, elected by our latest weekly nationwide survey of retail record sales figures. From every state in the nation, reports have been pouring in.
By telephone.
By telegraph.
By airmail.
And here's the theme of the band, those reports sent into tonight's Spotlight Beam. There's no missing that theme, for it's the official trailblazer to our Spotlight's Golden Glory Ray, for the master of the electric guitar, Alvino Ray.
Thank you, Gil, and greetings, everybody. We know that this evening you're keeping a blind date with us because, after all, the name of the Saturday Night Spotlight Band is always a mystery. We hope you're glad you came, and we're certainly glad that we did.
Nothing to worry about there, Mr. Ray. We know, too, that our audience and your band will make a peach of a pair. And now, folks, it's dancing time for you and playing time for Alvino's grand band, all to the tune of Hindustan. The Golden Spotlight salutes a champion, another champion elected to this Saturday night under the spotlight by your record buyers from border to border and from coast to coast. For every time one of you stepped up to the music store counter to buy your copy of Alvino Ray's championship record, it was a step toward this half hour for his band, and a step toward the award that is made to each band elected Spotlight Champion of Champions by our latest weekly nationwide survey of retail record sales figures. It's that bright and precious bit of whirling sterling, a silver replica of the record that turned the trick. The Spotlight Silver Platter. And Alvino Ray, it's all yours.
Well, thank you, Jill. And while we're doing our thanking, we want to include the Coca-Cola Company and all the folks who helped make this possible. This is our first silver platter, and we're going to do our best to make sure it isn't our last. We're going to keep trying to please you with new records, new arrangements.
Yes, and old friends like the King Sisters, who will be right along now to sing for us. Here's their newest recorded feature, When the Roses Bloom Again.
When the roses bloom again and the fields feel the flowers, I'll be waiting here, sweetheart, somehow. When the birds take back the sky and the night smiles above, we'll be free again to live and love. Till then, oh, how I miss you, the laughter and tears we used to share. Till then, in dreams I'll kiss you and seal every dream with a prayer. When the roses bloom again and the world starts anew, I'll be waiting here, sweetheart, for you. Oh, I miss you, the laughter and tears we used to share. Till then, in dreams I kiss you and seal every dream with a prayer. When the roses bloom again and the world starts anew, I'll be waiting here, sweetheart, for you.
Well, sir, over at the Paramount Theater here in New York, tonight's Spotlight Band Champion of Champions is really keeping the ushers a-hopping. For when they're not busy showing the record crowds to their seats, they're jumping up and down to the tune of such typical Alvino Ray renditions as the one we're about to turn loose on your radio. Vivacious Vonnie King plays Catch as Catch Can with the lyric of Cash for Your Trash.
cash for your trash. Save up all your own newspaper. Save a pilot like a high skyscraper. Don't give it away. Get some cash for your trash. In between time, do some lovin'. White handsome turtle dovin'. Give a listen to me, honey. Get plenty out of folding money. Save up all your ironing pin. And when you go to turn it in, don't give it away. Get some cash for your trash. Give it to your Uncle Sam.
Get some cash for your trash.
Give it to your Uncle Sam. Save your paper.
Yes, yes.
Pile 'em up high.
Yes, yes.
Don't throw 'em away.
No, no.
Give 'em to your Uncle Sam. Yeah! Save up all your ironing pin, and when you go to turn it in, don't give it away. Get some cash for your trash. Save your paper and save your tin. When you got 'em saved up, we'll turn 'em in. Save up every little thing you can, and we'll soon have those characters on the land. Get some cash for your trash.
The spotlight points with pride. And tonight, our brilliant beacon shimmers skyward to bathe in the golden glow of glory those favorite sons of Uncle Sam. Those men who march in the smallest, though the oldest major branch of our American fighting forces, the Devil Dogs, the United States Marines. Those hard-hitting fighters of our nation's foe who, time after time, bite off more than they can chew and then proceed to chew it. And theirs are the chapters in American history, those chapters that are written in hard-spilled blood on hard-gained ground. All for their love of country. Their motto, Semper Fidelis, always faithful. Faithful to their principles of live hard, fight hard, die hard. But this above all, live and fight and die for the Stars and Stripes, that they may wave forever. And when that time has come, when our nation has had to let others know that we would fight, if to fight was right, then time after time it's the Marines who've been the chip on Uncle Sam's broad shoulder, a chip not easily knocked off. For their record stands as an everlasting tribute to their fighting might, their spirit, and their heart. So the spotlight points with pride, and we'll sing their praises loud as the United States Marines here tonight join with our Spotlight Band in presenting their song.
When the spotlight's on refreshment, it's Coca-Cola. It's the real thing. Now for the real thing in Spotlight highlights. And this recipe for musical fun calls for 1 portion of
Alice?
add a dash of
Donna?
stir in a generous measure of
Louise?
and finally a pinch
No pinching. It's on.
You stir them all together and you get If I Could Only Play a Concertina.
If I could only play a concertina, I'd serenade the lady I adore. She'd say with eyes so dreamy, come up and see me, senor. If I could only play a concertina, I'd really woo her like a troubadour. Sweet music in my arms I'd carry, and if we should ever marry, only my little concertina could come between her and me. If I could only play a concertina, I'd serenade the lady I adore. She'd say with eyes so dreamy, come up and see me, senor. If I could only play a concertina, I'd really woo-woo her like a troubadour. Sweet music in my arms I'd carry, and if we should ever marry, only my little concertina, Tina, could come between her and me. Come on and play the concertina. If I could only play the concertina, I'd really woo-woo her like a troubadour. Sweet music in my arms I'd carry, and if we should ever marry, only my teeny concertina could come between my baby and me. If I only play a concertina, Tina, concertina.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a few short minutes ago, a Western Union messenger arrived here at the Spotlight Theater bearing a telegram addressed to tonight's Spotlight Champion of Champions band leader, Alvino Ray. And here is the message it contained.
All Texas greatly appreciates your active interest and enthusiasm in making popular over the United States a song which inspires all who hear it. Your patriotic work entitles you to recognition as an honorary citizen of the state of Texas. Signed, Coke R. Stevenson, Governor of the state of Texas.
And Alvino Ray, I understand those Texans are really on their toes because they have already shipped to you via Air Express your sombrero and your six-shooter.
Well, I hope that the boys in the band are on their toes, because right now, just by way of saying thanks to Governor Stevenson and the whole state of Texas for this great honor, I think we should play a special tune just for them. So, fellas, get out number 186 in the book.
And looking over Alvino's shoulder, I see that a literal translation of number 186 in the book is really nothing more or less than On the Alamo.
here it is. You can turn your radios up and settle down to listen to the arrangement that appears on Alvino Ray's Spotlight Silver Platter winning record.
Yes, sirree, the record that rang up a Spotlight name for itself on the cash registers of record-selling agencies throughout the country to top our latest weekly 48-state survey of retail record sales figures. The record that not only won Alvino Ray tonight's Spotlight Silver Platter and an appointment as an honorary citizen of Texas, but also wins him our regular Saturday night coast-to-coast toast. Here's Coca-Cola caps off, and everybody hats off to Alvino Ray, his band. Yes, that's right, deep in the heart of Texas.
The stars at night are big and bright.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
The prairie sky is white and high.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
The sage in bloom is like perfume.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Reminds me of the one I love.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Coyotes wail along the trail.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
The rabbits rush around the brush.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
The cowboys cry, "Hi, yippee-yi!"
Deep in the heart of Texas.
The doggies bawl and bawl and bawl.
Deep in the heart of
The sage in bloom is like perfume.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Reminds me of the one I love.
Deep in the heart of Texas. Deep in the heart of
Mr. Ray, all I can say is that after hearing those hools of beating out of your guitar, sir, it makes us want to go right home and keep riding our copy of your prize-winning platter round and round the phonograph all night, sir.
That's mighty nice of you, partner. After the nice way all of you folks have treated us here tonight, we'd like to go right out over to the recording studio and make a record that says, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, over and over again. Then we'd like to send copies to the Coca-Cola Company and all our friends who helped us on our way here tonight. One thing we must do before we sign our musical signature in the Coca-Cola guest register, and that's to ask you to listen to a word of advice from Gil Newsom.
And that word is now. For now is the time for all good Americans to come to the aid of the American Red Cross by contributing generously to the American Red Cross $50 million War Relief Fund. Monday night, the Spotlight's on Benny Goodman, and Tuesday you'll hear Guy Lombardo. Wednesday night, it's Henry King, and Thursday, Woody Herman plays. Friday, listen for Raymond Scott. And Saturday, for another full half hour, starring the band elected Spotlight Champion of Champions by our latest weekly nationwide survey of retail record sales figures.
And tomorrow, on another network, the Coca-Cola Company presents Andre Castellanos and his orchestra, Albert Spaulding, the eminent American violinist, and radio's top-flight popular singing star, Dinah Shore. Consult your local newspaper for time and details.
And remember, whoever you are, whatever you do, wherever you may be, when you think of refreshment, think of Coca-Cola. For ice-cold Coca-Cola makes any pause the pause that refreshes. This is Gil Newsom speaking for the Coca-Cola Company. Meet you here Monday night, folks, same time, same station.